What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Star Diamond is Unbreakable. Overall, this episode was amazing, completely focused on my man Yoshikage Kira. Interesting stuff happened. Looks like that kid is starting to get a little smart, noticing that Kira is indeed not who he says he is. That he has found out that his father is no more, and that he's indeed Yoshikage Kira. So that's what it's saying, and it looks like my prediction of the kid dying or something's going to happen to the kid is indeed going to happen. Something is definitely going to happen to that kid, whether he ends up dying or something else happens, or basically, but I know something is going to happen to that kid. So anyway, also guys, so this review comes out a little bit later than usual. That's because WrestleMania is on right now. Well, not right now. WrestleMania is coming on tonight, and of course, WrestleMania. You gotta know how much I love wrestling, and of course, it's 7 hours long, so there's not gonna be a lot of time for me to work on the video in case it ends up coming out a little bit later than usual. But anyway, yeah, WrestleMania. Yeah. But enough of that. On top of WrestleMania when I review it. Anyway, so let's jump right into it to JoJo. So we start with it all off, and also guys, if you hear anything else outside besides my voice, I'm have the windows open because it's getting kind of hot in here. It's like almost like 90 degrees outside. Summer's coming on, and guys are all over the fucking desert. So yeah. So if you hear any like cars moving or anything, that's why. So anyway, as I was saying, starts with it off. You got Kira. He's like putting his shoes on. He's like, Alright. I'm not good for me. I forget the original dude's name. The guy that Kira's identity has no store. It's like, his shoes are a little bit on the larger side. I'll have to generally swap them out with ones that actually fit to avoid suspicion. And then Ayato shows like, Ayato, goodbye for your dad. Ayato looks at him, and then just walks out. Have a good day at school. And then we hear her name. I don't think we've gotten her name yet. Kira's wife. I'll just call her Kira's wife. Wife in obvious quotations. So she's like, she's screaming, and then she comes right up to the stairs and hugs her. She's like, oh my god, honey, I was worried sick. And he's like, what's going on? And she's like, oh, now I get to melt in the rugged arms of the man I love so much. See, she's all happy and everything, while Kira's fighting his urges to strangle, as Kira Slick makes his way over to her neck, I'm assuming to strangle her, before she comes in like, please help, there's a cat outside, a cat in the basement, get rid of it, please, I'm scared to death. So then she goes through what happened. As we saw at the end of the last week's episode, we saw that cat that was a British short hair, which I don't know if I mentioned this in my review, Lily, but I found the timing of all that kind of nice little coincidence, because when that episode aired, Pet Sematary, the remake, was coming out, and the cat in the Pet Sematary movies looks a lot like this cat. I think it's also a British short hair. So, I thought that was, I know that was obviously not planned, but I thought that was a nice little coincidence to have, Pet Sematary's coming out, and then bam, and then that episode came out. So I thought it was actually, I don't know if I mentioned that in my review last week, but that was when I found it was actually a little bit funny. So she says, we were out of mineral water. So no, I'm not even gonna try to do this man, I can't. The dude's name slipped my mind. The guy from the Ant-Man movies. Luis? Yeah, Luis. I'm not gonna try and sound like Luis with the stories with this one. So she says that they're running low, that they ran out of mineral water, so she went over to the basement to grab some more. But when she got down there was this cat, British short hair, as we saw at the end of last week's episode. Well, she says, it's like, aren't you the cutest? And she makes her way over there. The cat brings out its claws as an obvious warning to, hey, bitch, don't come near me! Don't come near me. Don't come any closer. She obviously sees the warning and backs away. She's like, well, I can't stay here for that much longer. You might pee on the potato sack, and what if he has fleas? Oh, I know. Let me just avoid contact. So she starts walking backwards, trying to avoid eye contact, but you can tell that she's still trying to look at the cat a little bit. The cat brings its claws out again. She backs away. She tries like, how do I get this cat to to make sure to make him not think I'm an outsider. So she gets on her belly and she's like, look, cat, I'm showing you my belly and being submissive, huh? And she makes her way over there. Then the cat gets a little bit more pissed off, showing off its claws. But the sound effect they used for the claws coming out sounded a lot like when Wolverine pops his claws. It kind of has a similar sound to that. And I like this one. When she hears that one, she rolls over, she almost jumps over to jumps over to his side, and then runs and then backs away really fast. I thought that was actually really funny how that looked. It looked really good, and all. It looked really good. So after that, she's like, "Wait a minute, why am I asking for this cat's attention? All right, kid, time for you to bounce, yeet!" And she throws this little brush at him. The cat just deflects it with his tail. Yes, the cat deflects it with its tail. I thought it was like, "Whoa, this cat!" I thought that was awesome. So the cat just deflects it with his tail, and she's like, and this one she brings out the broom. Yeah, she brings out the broom, and she's like, "All right," so when she brings out the broom, the cat literally jumps on and sticks onto the wall like Spider-Man with his claws. Can cats really do that? Can they legit like start crawling like crawling on like some structures with their claws? Is it like an actual thing they can do? I don't know if you guys are cat experts or anything. Tell me down below. So the cat's right there, and then we get back to where she is, and when she found this out, and she sees that the cat has a gaping hole in it that's about the size of a 1 yen coin. I don't know how big a 1 yen coin is, but from the hole we saw in the episode, it was a pretty decent sized hole. And Kira's like, curious. Could it have been from the arrow? So Kira goes over to so she's like, at this point she started swinging the broom around like a mad woman, and before the cat, finally scurried off. And she's like, "Please check and see if he's still there, I'm scared out of my mind." Kira's like, "Okay." And he goes downstairs. We find out the cat indeed died from glass shards that she most likely broke when she was over there swinging like there was no tomorrow. And she's like, "No," she's obviously distraught, like, "No, I don't want to kill the cat." She's like, "It's not your fault. It was just bad luck." And so, so Kira buries the cat, which I got to say, I like the look Kira had when he had that raincoat on, I thought that look really suited Kira. It looked really cool, honestly. I was like, well, now I'll never know if it was a Staniers or, but it was most like just a normal little cat. Finishes a burying, we get like a little day-night sequence kind of thing, where we just see the time of day, or time lapse, that was the word I was looking for, time lapse to when the raid's happening, and then we go back to day. We see Ayato's on his way to school, and we hear the Mari, 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 Jumpia, Jumpia. Yeah, I love that thing, man. I like seriously should have that beat up like Marty, Marty, Marty. Yeah, I love that. And then we get to the best part of the episode, where the narrator actually has a much bigger role in this episode. Now, I have mentioned this before in countless of my reviews when I was reviewing Stardust Crusaders. I'm pretty sure I did Stardust Crusaders, as well as here. I'm pretty sure I mentioned stuff in when I was reviewing Stardust Crusaders. But one thing I love is the narrator's voice. I love the English voice of the narrator. He's so good. I forget who's voicing him, and I need to figure out. And I need, if I'm not already following him, I need to start following the man on Twitter, because I love his voice. He just, oh my god, so then the cat starts, so then he becomes the voice of this plant, which is actually the cat. Yes, because we find the cat's there, and the cat really has become a plant. JoJo's Bizarre, man. I mean, I know it's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but this is just too weird even by JoJo's standards. We had fucking aliens. A couple weeks we had like aliens. A couple weeks back, now we have a talking plant that is a reincarnated cat, essentially. Look, and the design of it was also kind of cat-like. It was weird, man. Like, I don't know. But anyway, and then the cat opens his eyes like, "What is this place?" He thought to himself. He legit says that. He legit narrates it like he's reading off a book. It was like, yeah, this is amazing. I even posted a clip of this on my Twitter, on my Twitter, my Instagram, so you guys follow me on my socials. So then he says, "Why am I here? Meow meow. What the? Why is my body different? And why the hell am I stuck to the ground?" Yeah, I forget the example, but like when he said like, "Why am I still stuck on the ground?" The cat's legit trying to get out of the ground, and then the woman comes out. The woman comes out, which her name was Shinobu. I remember now; it's come back to me. Shinobu. She's like, and she's carrying the broom, and she's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry, pretty kitty. I hope you can rest in peace." And he's like, "Wait a second. The broom! I remember now! This woman is the reason why I'm in here!" He is then taken over by confusion. And then, oh my god. And then so he kind of goes into like this little like cannon kind of thing where he fires an air bubble, comes up right towards Shinobu's foot, and her first toenail from her big toe comes off. And if there's one type of, oh my god, I'm cringing right now just talking about this. If there's one type of hate that makes me cringe as hell, like, I can watch Saw movies and fatalities and Mortal Kombat with relative ease. I might go like, ooh, that's nasty, but if you want me to legit start cringing and wincing, toenails or fingernails getting ripped off does it. Dear God, does that when Yumiko was talking about what she was going to do, that one girl that collected fingernails in season 1 of Kakegurui, which I need to watch Kakegurui season 2. I've been slacking out, haven't watched it at all. I need to get to see the second season 2 of Kakegurui. I know spring has started, Joe, and I need to go and I need to check on see what anime to watch. Anyway, that's besides the point here. I don't want to why I'm sidetracking like this. Anyway, so back to where I was. So you as I say, that type of stuff that makes me cringe the most. That makes me cringe so much. So anyway, so then she's like, oh, what the hell? What happened? What happened to my toenail? And so then she leaves. He gets his. She wraps her foot up. Kira then she also takes out the sparrow, or it. I don't know what gender this thing is. It takes the sparrow off, cuts it down to the as it flies down. I don't know what gender this damn cat is. I don't know what pronoun to use. Anyway, and he gets rid of. I'm just gonna stick with he. I'm gonna assume he's a dude. So he gets and starts eating on it, and then Kira is just here. So this thing is a stand. Why the hell? Why is where I buried the cat? Well, and the cat kind of looks at Kira while he's kind of like talking. It's like, so you are indeed a stand user. And the cat's just kind of sitting there eating the sparrow before it just goes to sleep. He's like, So I went back to sleep. I need to know. Yeah, killing would be easy. I now have to do a little bit of time for some investigating. Let me see. And so he's like, psst, 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 psst. The cat wakes up. Looks at, interesting. The way it wakes up is very, and the way it's purring, it likes to be pet. And the way it sniffs my hand is also uniquely feline. I need to check if there's any way it harbors any ill will toward me. So then to test this out, he puts his 2 fingers to the cat's nose, puts some pressure behind it, I'm guessing to make sure it can't breathe through its nose. And then the cat's like, no! And he's like, well, it's certainly angry, but it doesn't harbor any ill will towards me. So I guess that's good. So, and then Shinobu comes in and he's like, honey, is that where you put the cat? And then what he does, he puts one of his knees down to make sure that she can't see the cat or the plant. So he covers one of him with one of his knees. And once he does that, he then the cat kind of goes underneath where his feet are, to where underneath where it's kind of squatting, where underneath that little area, it's like to kind of look. And she's like, honey, I wouldn't be there if I were you. I don't like that spot. That's where I lost my toenail. I think it's cursed. And she actually said, am I cursed? Oh, when her toenail got ripped off. Jesus, oh god, that. Oh god, every time I think about that kind of stuff, it makes me cringe so hard. Anyway, so after that, she's like, they're arguing, and then she kind of looks over and she kind of sees a cat a little bit. She's like, what is that thing? Didn't I tell you to go back inside? And then it fires another attack, and it goes right towards where her chest is, and sends her flying back. Kira, then she goes in for another attack, but Kira grabs Shinobu. It even says Shinobu, like legit, like he's legit actually kind of concerned for Shinobu. He's actually got a little concern for this woman, which was very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. So after that, Kira goes over to grab her, and she's like, that's enough. Your attack's on her end. And then we see a cat is like, I am going to kill that woman, and if he gets involved, then he dies too. And then the cat fires another attack, and they use his deadly queen to have him deflect him, or block him. After that, and he's like, it looks like, and then he's like, alright, now it's time to end you. And then there's this rock by the cat, uses his deadly queen to put a bomb there. He's like, it's time for you to die. It doesn't go off. It's like, I thought it was gonna be like the last, The Dark Knight, when you guys know when the explosion would go off first, Heath Ledger just kind of keeps pressing the button more times, just trying to figure out how the thing works. It wasn't like that. It doesn't work. And then he's like, wait, what the hell? And then the cat just and then he goes for another attack, and the cat deflects it, pushes the bomb to the other side, and once it gets out of this little force field that was around it, the bomb explodes. So that means that that's being depressed, what's the word I'm looking for? It's being deprived of air, which means the bomb can't go off. And so when Deadly Queen tries to go stop the thing, there's like a little barrier, force field behind it, or it's like a invisible inflated balloon. You can't go through that either. And then he finds another attack, which is aimed for the cactus that are right next to him. So then the cactus fire all over the place. And then he puts a Shinobu down. He's like, what is this feeling? Did I actually feel a sense of relief when that the cactuses did not hit her eyes? No. I'm only concerned because what would happen to this woman and see how it would lead to Josuke. That is the only reason I'm relieved right now. I'm like, Kira, looks like you're falling for the woman, my man. My man Yoshigaki Kira does indeed have a heart. Looks like our boy Yoshigaki Kira might actually fall for this woman, if he hasn't already. Oh, this is going to end terribly for these two. I can already feel it. I can already see it. And so when the cat goes in for another attack, he grabs this golf ball, throws it towards the cat, and the cat just starts playing with it for a bit. And so then after that, Shinobu talks about how that Kira, when she tried to tell Kira about what has happened, he thought it's just your imagination. You need some sleep. And she also goes like, "Oh my God, I fainted right from. How embarrassing! And you stayed by. He's here to watch over you. The man late for. Oh my God, she is completely enthralled by Kira, and I am just wondering how the hell will this turn? Because we know Kira, because I'm sure we can all guess that this isn't going to last for very long. Josuke and the guys are gonna find out where Kira is, and she's gonna hit the fan. So I'm curious how this is gonna turn. What's gonna happen with the family? Because this woman is enthralled by Kira, and I wouldn't even be surprised. And so today, like I said earlier in the review, it looks like even Kira himself is starting to fall for this woman. So I could say that some deep shit is gonna go down later on in the series. Betting money on that with Kira and Shinobu. So after that, Kira's in there, eating some breakfast. And then we see he looks up in the reflection of his knife, and there is Hayato just watching him. As we know, the kid's starting to suspect Kira, and he just leaves. And she's like, "Really, Hayato? Leaving without saying goodbye again? I swear." And then she realizes, "Oh, sweetie, you're eating from my plate. I know you hate Shiitake, so I took him out. What brought the sun shade her?" And the look on Kira's face. I love the look of Kira's face, man. It reeked of, oh fuck, I done fucked up. Oh shit. Kira's just like, shit, fuck me, man. And she's like, oh, I know that, like I can't buy. I mean, I'm glad you're scoping those things down. And so we then see Kira put his shoes on with a shoehorn. I don't even know what that thing's for. Is that like when your shoes are kind of tight and this is to help you put them in there? Like, what's even really the purpose of that thing? I don't know. I've never personally used one myself. And so we find that Hayato is actually, before that, Shinobu leans in, closes her eyes, and is waiting for a goodbye kiss from Kira. And then while I was watching this, I'm like, oh, come on, man, don't leave her hanging, man. Don't leave her hanging, man. Because, realistically, this damn Kira probably wouldn't be able to contain himself, and he probably would kill this woman, honestly, just there. But, Kira just leaves. And leaves the woman hanging, and she's like, oh, that's too bad. A goodbye kiss would have been nice. I'm like, boy, what are you, black cat? Why are you being all seductive now? And you mean to tell her, like, well, like right now, literally right now, she's wearing, like, I don't even know what this thing's called, like like she's wearing this shirt that where you can see most of her chest. Well, not her chest, like the top part of her chest. Her shoulders and everything, but like a little bit of cleavage. Like this is very different than what she was wearing. When we first introduced her. Like what was it, like 5 episodes ago? 5 episodes, maybe a little bit more. But it's been like it's like a 1-to-1. The difference is 9 days between these two. So we get back to where I was like, so Hayato is like just sneaking outside scared. He has his, one thing I like the little attention to detail here is that you notice Hayato has his shoes on and he's holding them in his hands. You know, he hasn't put them on. Because as you guys know, in case you guys didn't know, in Japanese culture, when you're in a house, you don't put your shoes on in there. You usually just gotta go with socks, sandals, or just you go wherever. You don't wear shoes inside, Japanese homes. That's just kind of what they are. So I like a little attention to detail there, where he's just kind of holding them. He hasn't put them on or anything. I thought that was actually a nice little attention to detail there. I thought that was actually pretty interesting. So he was like, he put his shoes on with a shoe hole, and he was definitely wearing those, I think it was 25 centimeter shoes, he said. And then it's like, and mom and dad are getting along better than ever. And he scooped down those mushrooms, even though he hates them. And so then he goes back to a security system. Which, okay, I have to ask, how the hell did this kid get a security system installed in his parents' room? How, now granted, it's not even his parents' room. It looks like it's in it looks like it's pretty much his parents' room with a couple extra cameras and where the attic is and the closet and everything. I have to ask, how the hell did this kid get this installed? Because surely a security system, even nowadays, I'm sure isn't cheap. But I bet you back in the 90s, this would have been even more expensive. So how the hell did this kid get this stuff installed without his parents knowing, and he's the only one that has access to it? This is something I kind of I wouldn't be surprised if Araki ends up just never explaining any of this, because it's not like it's gonna make or break the series or anything. But I'm like, how the hell does this kid have a security system and is watching his dad, and also, how does he have any of this? Where did he get the funding for this? Where did he get was he just saving up his allowance for so long? It was you know what? I'm so bored I'm so bored. I'm so bored. They let me install a security system and spy on my parents because, fuck it, sure, it's probably better and more entertaining than doing math homework. I don't know. Whatever the case may be. So he keeps watching the Kira gates and looks around. He says, why is Kira have to keep, he's having to constantly practice working on his name. And then he saw what he saw last night, which was, of course, this little bucket with this little bucket you put plants in with some cat food on top. And so he goes up to the and so then, the camera kind of cuts off from there because he can't see where it is. He goes to investigate. He finds out that it's probably in the attic. He goes to the attic, and the plant is, and the cat plant thing is, just chilling there in the cat. Now notice, the cat is completely asleep, or the plant is completely asleep, and there's no sunlight in here. So he ends up investigating, I can't see anything. He opens up the window, and the plant wakes up, because as we know, plants need sunlight to survive, photosynthesis. So, yeah, that was good. So then when he gets there, the cat, he's like, what the hell's going on? The cat attacks him, because by this point, Kira has wondered, Kira's getting this sneaking suspicion that Hayato knows that it's probably to suspect that Kira isn't actually his dad, that his dad, that's not actually his dad. So he goes back there. After he sees these little other elementary school kids sitting there, they're on their way to school. They were in hats. So he goes back inside. His hat's still there, so he knows he's still in the house. So he goes upstairs, and by this point, the kid's screaming and everything. He's like, oh my, because he's by this point, the planet has put him in, has locked him in, as sent a few air attacks his way, and it's locked, and has him chained up or cuffed to the wall so he can't move. As well as he also has one around his neck. So he's kind of just sitting there. He's like, what the hell's going on? What do I gotta do? So by this point, Kira's making his way over to the act because he's hearing some ruffling going on over there. Once he does that, Hayato's like, oh great, if this is just air, and he grabs this little that pencil thing you use to draw circles, and he just stabs at it, the air a couple times before it lets go. The window ends up closing. Well, there's still a little crack in it, but by this point, Kira has already gotten up he was about to go down the act, but by this point, Kira is also about to go up the act, so he ends up hiding, and then Kira looks up and it's like, And also, he also laid down a little some false evidence by putting some cat food that's all around that's leading up right toward the plant, so it makes it look like the cat woke up and got the cat food in himself. Even though I'm surprised Kira didn't pick up on that, because that would require the cat to move, and we know he can't move unless he can get out of this place where he is right now. But whatever. So anyway, so then Kira's like, well, if I guess Hayato be suspecting me, it's probably just me overthinking. But if he knows, I'll have no choice but to end that kid's life. And so then he goes up he goes back down the aisle, and we see Hayato. He's hiding in this box. He's like, oh shit, that ain't my dad. And so he ends where he's like, that isn't my dad. Who is he? And that is where the episode ends. Overall, I love this week's episode, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. This episode was great. I really am glad that we got a whole episode focused on my man Kira. And there's some of this family's resident. Like, this kid now knows that Kira is not his dad. So I'm curious where this is going to go. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being the one that ends up telling Josuke and the others about this guy, about Kira. I wouldn't be surprised if that to be him. I still kind of see the kid might end up dying, or Deadly Queen maybe gets his hands on the kid, judging from the OP. So that's what I'm kind of suspecting, that something like that's going to happen. Also, guys, apologies again for the delay of this review. I know it's Tuesday, and yeah, I'm sorry about this guy, but I've been busy. I've been busy so much with school and everything. But yep, the semester's almost over, which is great for me. Anyway, yeah. So overall, I would give this week's episode a 9 out of 10, guys. This episode's great. Also, one last thing I want to talk before I leave you guys. The guy that voices Koichi, Zach something. I forget his name. I forget his name at the current moment. But he posted on Twitter Tuesday, that they actually just finished recording Diamond is Unbreakable. Now why am I breathing soap, you may ask? Well, let's assume that this is when Viz has finally wrapped up shooting for part 4, and this is all they're all done now. That would, now granted, we don't know how the scheduling was for other V8s, but that would mean that when all that Vic Mignogna shit was going down, Vic was still recording his lines for Rohan while still going down, and Viz still kept him hired as Rohan. They didn't recast him. That, I gotta say, deserves to be praised from Viz Me, that they actually, even though, because I was wondering how much of part 4 was already recorded by the time all this Vic Mignogna shit started, hitting the fan with all the allegations and stuff. So if they were still recording part 4 while this was all going down, I gotta give Viz mad respects over there for sticking to their guns and leaving Vic alone to play Rohan. They didn't end up firing him and hiring someone else to do the role. I gotta give Viz their props. Now, granted, Vic is more associated with Funimation, with, of course, what he did with FMA and other series than he is with Viz, with Iruka and Iruka. I forget the dude's name in Bleach. So that's also probably another reason. But I still gotta give Viz, their due props for doing that. So yeah, good on you, Viz, for not yielding, for not bending the knee, I should say. So that's cool. So I just wanted to quickly talk about that because I thought that was really interesting. Anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed the video. You like, you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, if you're looking. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys.